welcome. You're watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. Over the last 5 days, you would have seen a lot of controversy. Last 3 days, actually, to be precise, over the purchase of 1.2 hectares of land in Ayodhya by the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust. Now, the trust has said that this land was needed to make amenities for people who would be coming to visit the Ram Janmabhoomi Temple, the Grand Ram Temple in Ayodhya once it is complete. However, the allegation made by the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress and the Samajwadi Party is that within minutes there was an inflation of 9 times in the actual cost of this piece of land, and it was sold off to, and it was bought rather from two people at a 800% escalated price. From 2 crore rupees, it went straight up to 18.5 crore rupees. Since then, a lot of water has flown into the Saryu, but the question still remains: what really are the facts? Why is it that within 11 minutes 2 separate deals were done? That the same people were witness? That among the witnesses were the mayor of Ayodhya? Was this a political decision? The opposition, in fact, these three parties are calling it a fraud on people who have given their hard-earned money into the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust for the construction of the temple. It's being called a land scam. But what are the facts of the case? Devoid from all the politics, what we are trying to understand is what really is the truth of this one deal, 11 minutes, and a 9-time or an 800% escalation in price.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And that's why joining us on the News Hour Agenda is not a political panel, but the working president of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Alok Kumar ji. Mr. Alok Kumar, very simply, I want to first start by asking you, why this piece of land? Because the freshest controversy today is where the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, and I quote, बहुत बड़ा खुलासा, ये जमीन श्री राम जन्मभूमि परिसर से 3 किलोमीटर दूर खरीदी गई है। ये अमरूद का बाग है, मतलब खुलेआम भ्रष्टाचार, और वो भी 3 किलोमीटर दूर। अमरूद की बगिया क्यों खरीद ली आपने 3 किलोमीटर दूर?
Well, thank you for saying that. Let's go into the facts and divide of politics. I'll straight away go into the facts. There's something that everybody knows. If you purchase a property today and sell it a couple of years later, the price goes up. That's what happened in this case. Let me explain.
Sir, if I may interrupt you for a second, can we please settle the issue of why this piece of land? Because now it's being said it's 3 kilometers away from the Ram Janmabhoomi Parisar, which is why this in itself is a fraud and a scam.
You want this first? All right. In Ayodhya,
why this piece of land and why is it 3 kilometers away in a guava orchard?
the straight away answer, it's near the railway station. The railway station is being remodeled to handle a lot of traffic, and there would be a huge inflow of people that would come to Ayodhya for the darshans. So we required a place adjacent to the railway station, very near to it, for creating infrastructural facilities for their stay and other things. These are the decisions that the trustees would take in their discretion. And some irresponsible people, without asking for an answer from the trust, go to the press and make allegations. I believe it's a very prudent decision to obtain this land near the railway station for the infrastructural facilities for the people coming from the trains.
Okay, now my second question is, and I'm going to be very blunt and very specific about the facts. My second question is, when was the first deal struck for this particular tract of land. Was the first deal in 2021 March itself? If not, when was the first agreement ever reached and between which parties?
What is relevant for our purposes is that the land was owned by Kusum Pathak and Harish Pathak. And in September 19, they entered into an agreement to sell this land in favor of Sultan Ansari, Ravi Mohan Tiwari, and a couple of other persons for a price of rupees 2 crores. September 19. Now, when we decided to
Which
purchase...
is September 2019, you mean?
That's right, 2019.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yes.
Okay.
And when we went to Pathaks and said that we want to purchase this land, they said we have no objection, but then there is an agreement to sell in favor of Ansaris. The Ansaris said that we have no objection, but we do not have a sale deed in their favor. So the trustees could not obtain this land until Kusum Pathak and Ansari came onto the same platform. And therefore we sat together and decided how to do it, the legal way to do it. Kusum Pathak and Harish Pathak were bound to sell it to the Ansaris at the price agreed in the 2019 agreement to sell, despite the fact that the prices had gone up. So they sold it to Ansaris for 2 crores, a price prevailing not in 2021, but in September 19. We made a market survey. A couple of things had happened in between. Lucky as the Ansaris were, the September was the agreement to sell. November came the Supreme Court judgment in our favor. And a grand temple of Ramlala is to be built. And thus, an international airport, an interstate bus stand of the international standard, a railway station to handle massive inflow, the prices of the land skyrocketed. And then Yogi ji said that we will build up a new Ayodhya adjacent to it. These two things, and which is common knowledge, that sent the prices shooting up. So what we were to purchase was at the prices prevailing in March 2021. And our survey showed that the price of this land would be in the vicinity of 20 crores. And I would invite any person from the press or public to find out the prevailing land prices in Ayodhya of a similar land. They would reach the same conclusion. So therefore, we made it a package.
Alok ji, if the sale agreement happened in 2019 between Ms. Pathak and Mr. Ansari, then why was there a no sale deed at that time? Why didn't they do a sale deed?
That frequently happens. There is a time lag, and many a times a longer time lag between the sale agreement to sell and sale deed. It is not an unusual thing. And therefore, there is nothing of it. It takes times. And many a times, the property dealers in Delhi also, and in all our societies and other flats, they enter into an agreement to sell, wait for an opportune time, and then the sale deed is executed. Now, when Pathak sold to Ansari, though the sale deed was registered in March 2021, it was on the prevailing prices agreed between them in September 19, which was 2 crores. And when we purchased immediately thereafter, it had to be on the prices prevailing in 2021. And let me tell you, this was a package. This was a package tripartite deal. We decided it together. And therefore we sent one of our persons to purchase the stamp papers for both the documents. And therefore, since the two agreements were practically part of the same transaction, the same people sat with us, the papers were drafted together, and the same witnesses witnessed it. What is so surprising about it? What is scandalous about it?
So basically, I'm just going to dump this down further so that it's absolutely clear. You're saying that the three parties sat together, Kusum Pathak, Sultan Ansari, and the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust. Kusum
Correct.
Pathak signed it over to Sultan Ansari at 2 crores. Then Sultan Ansari, within those 10 minutes that are being spoken of, gave it over to the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust at 18.5 crores. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it was a tripartite deal within 10 minutes.
Tripartite deal executed in 10 minutes, yes.
Okay. Now, is that the reason also that the witnesses are the same for both the deals, because they were present at the spot and they first signed on one paper and then they signed on the other? Why is there a presence of the mayor of Ayodhya there? This political angle is being spoken about as a scam as well. Why is a BJP man one of the eyewitnesses?
Well, we do not treat a BJP person as an untouchable. The mayor of Ayodhya is a devotee, is a friend. He has helped us in sorting out things. And is it a legal objection that the mayor has signed it? Yes, he helped us around. He was there, he signed it. That doesn't make it bad.
Okay. Now, can you explain to us the math of the circle rate being 5.85 crores and yet the amount paid being 18.5 crores? What is the maths of that?
There is no mystery behind it. There is always a mismatch in Delhi also between the prevailing circle price and the prevailing market price. The gap seems bigger in this case because there is no cash transaction hidden behind the sale. I mean, I can tell you that there was some difficulty in persuading people because 30% of the money is to go to income tax. But then we insisted that we can only pay through a bank transfer and the transaction is to be up and down. There is always a gap between the circle prices and the actual prices, and the actual prices are generally up, and they are going up faster. I mean, you can ask me a question. Why in 2 years the price goes up by 10 times? I've given you the factors. The factors of the mandir being constructed there. And therefore, what our survey found was the price is 20 crores. By the way, if
So
you
then
say
the
that-
question also arises, okay, so if the prevailing market price was 20 crores, then as an observer I would wonder then why is Sultan Ansari giving it to you cheaper? Why is he taking a loss on it?
It's a big deal. He's getting big money. He's purchasing it for 2 and is selling it for 18.5. And he has a colleague who is Ravi Mohan Tiwari, who we used as a persuading platform. They both owned it. And therefore, he sold it below the market price and still earned a huge profit in a matter of 10 minutes, as you say. So it was a prudent deal for him also. It was a prudent deal for us also, and economical. We paid miserly by persuading them to reduce from 20 to 18.5.
Okay. Now, there is another very curious twist to this, because it turns out today that there's a Samajwadi Party angle, and Sultan Ansari actually is not just a member of the Samajwadi Party, but also has been seen in some pictures with Pawan Pandey, who did the press conference and said कि ये बहुत बड़ा घोटाला है. How does the two square up? But before you answer that, I actually, because we went to Sultan Ansari as well and got his version. Now here is somebody who's saying, yes, I'm a member of the Samajwadi Party. Yes, Pawan Pandey is known to me. Yes, Akhilesh Yadav is known to me. And yet his own party is saying it's a scam. So let's listen into Sultan Ansari once.
क्या कहना है जो पूरा मामला हुआ उसमें आप क्या कहना है?
उसमें हम यही कहना चाहते हैं जो माननीय पवन पांडे तेजनारायण पांडे मंत्री जी ने जो आरोप लगाया है और संजय सिंह ने जो आरोप लगाया है ये बिल्कुल ही गलत है, क्योंकि उन्होंने ये आरोप लगाया है कि ये ज़मीन जो है 5 ही मिनट में जो है 2 करोड़ रुपए से 18.5 करोड़ रुपए हो गई। पहली बात तो ये है कि 2 करोड़ से 18.5 करोड़ रुपए 5 मिनट में कोई ज़मीन हो नहीं सकती है, पहली बात तो ये। दूसरी चीज़, जैसे जो मेरा एग्रीमेंट था सन 2011 से ही हम लोग का ये एग्रीमेंट चलता चला आ रहा है, ठीक है। उसको लगातार 4 बार उसको रिन्यूअल कराया गया, ठीक है। और तब से हमारा जो है जो राम जन्मभूमि ट्रस्ट से, क्योंकि हम लोग वहाँ रामकोट मोहल्ले में रहते हैं, भगवान श्री राम जी से हम लोगों की आस्था है, क्योंकि ये हमारी ज़मीन बहुत ही बेशकीमती थी, कम से कम 50 करोड़ रुपए की ज़मीन थी। और ये सबकी आस्था को देखते हम लोगों की भी उसमें आस्था है, तो इसको देखते हुए हम लोगों ने राम जन्मभूमि ट्रस्ट को 18.5 करोड़ में उसको हम लोगों ने सौदा किया। और अगर इसका
जा रहा है कि क्योंकि 2 करोड़ में खरीदा और 18 करोड़ में उसको आपने बेचा, बहुत ज़्यादा रेट में बेचा, तो ये इस आरोप में क्या कहेंगे?
सन 2011 में पहली बात तो हमने ये ज़मीन एग्रीमेंट कराया था, और 2011 से 2021 का जो ये अंतराल है इसमें 11 साल हो गए हैं। राम मंदिर का फैसला इससे पहले नहीं आया था, अयोध्या में ज़मीनों की कीमत बहुत ही कम थी। राम मंदिर का फैसला आने के बाद जिस जगह पे वो ज़मीन है, वो ज़मीन अगर आज के सरकारी सर्किल रेट के हिसाब से देखी जाए तो 24 लाख 25 लाख रुपये की ज़मीन है, 25 करोड़ रुपए की ज़मीन है ये, और हमने उसको 18.5 करोड़ रुपए में दिया है, तो सर्किल रेट से भी नीचे दिया है।
अच्छा, कुछ विरोधी आप भी कुछ फोटोएं भी वायरल कर रहे हैं जिसमें आप अखिलेश यादव के साथ हैं, पवन पांडे के साथ हैं।
तो किसी के साथ होना तो कोई जुर्म नहीं है ना, किसी के साथ भी कोई भी रह सकता है। हम समाजवादी पार्टी में पहले थे।
अच्छा, ये आरोप एकदम गलत है?
बिल्कुल गलत है, सरासर गलत है, और उसका साक्ष्य मेरे पास है। सारे साक्ष्य के साथ आपको प्रस्तुत मैं करता हूँ, अभी सब देता हूँ।
So Alokji, how do you explain this? That you've got this man who you've sold the land to, who's also a Samajwadi Party member, and his own party is saying that what you've done is a scam.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Particularly the question being addressed to me.
My question is...
I understand the language of it.
Yes, Sultan Ansari...
But I understand that much. What I do not understand is why the question to me. This is something for Sultan, for the Samajwadi Party to answer why they are condemning one of their own persons. As far as we are concerned, we did not deal with Sultan Ansari as a political person or as a political leader. The trustees were interested in the land.
Okay, my final question to you is, you've said that you've advised the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust to file defamation cases. There are a number of people, including senior political leaders, who have also taken up this issue. Who all are you going to be suing for defamation? Or who all do you advise that should be sued?
The trustees shall decide that question. I would be very happy if Sanjay Singh is also prosecuted. And I have further advised the trustees that go ahead with the prosecution. And if apologies are offered in the midst of it, do not fall for it. Take it to the logical end, to the decision in a criminal case and to the decision in a damages case. Who else would be included is to be decided by the trustees. I would say that I have seen the statements of...
Thank you very much.
I have seen the statements of Priyanka Gandhi, which I find equally irresponsible. I would like her to be prosecuted also.
All right. Mr. Rahul Gandhi?
Well, the list can be longer, and the litigation is hazard to both the parties. The trustees would take a final decision, but if they take my recommendation, I would say that Rahul Gandhi is making rounds of Assam and other places to fight his defamation cases. let us now test the matters in respect of Sanjay Singh and Priyanka Gandhi, but they will take a final call on it.
All right, interesting. Thank you very much for being forthright and for just sharing all the facts and putting them on the table. Ultimately, it's going to be up to the court of public opinion, and if you go ahead with the defamation case, for the courts of our country to decide. Thank you very much, Alok Kumarji.
Welcome.